a player from the home unions to get picked for Lions is the highest accolade you can have as a player. And my first real involvement was obviously '86, when even though there wasn't a tour, we still had that game in Cardiff. It was great putting a red shirt on. At the time, as a youngster, it was just sort of like, wow, I'm involved in all this. And it didn't quite, it's one of those things that didn't really hit me at the time because it was just that strange and a festival of stuff. And it wasn't really until '89 when you specifically get picked for a Lions tour that it really, came home to me. And when you go on tour, we were on tour for like nearly 10 weeks with all these people from other, countries from the 5 nations. That's when the true, essence of what Lions is all about sort of really hit home. I don't think anybody was in the '83 tour. And so we're all a bunch of newbies going on a tour as the Lions. Obviously, Ian McGeechan was a massive, huge influence on that tour. His leadership in ensuring that it's now the Lions, it's not England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. There's no cliques. It's about how we meld together. And so both on and off the pitch, he was really strong on making sure that we got together. We went into the test matches feeling relatively confident and, just got blown away. I mean, the first test match, absolutely thrashed. It was like rabbits in the headlights. It was a real eye-opener from that first one. So it brought us back down to earth. You do go into a game trying to be as confident as possible, and I think there was. But obviously you're nervous, you never know when you go on the pitch how you perform. But there was definitely a concerted effort for those 2 weeks following the loss to make sure that we at least put a performance on the pitch. And then if we come off, we said, well, we tried our best. We were trying to do everything we possibly could to win that second test. It was obviously, it's been referred to as the Battle of Ballymore, the physicality of it. We went down the line of trying to disrupt the flow of ball to the Australian backs. And some of the players at the time took it to heart. We were clear out and scored 2 good tries in the second half that pulled us away. But there was no doubt that there was a bit more of a better team performance in the second test, and we fronted up as well, rather than taking a back step.
Score again, Guscott. He follows. Guscott, yes! Jeremy Guscott.
The final test was, my memories of him, a bit nip and tuck, quite a close game, and it all sort of swung in a lot of people's eyes on that mistake by Campo and Greg Martin on the line when most of us were trying to kick it out. But obviously Campo's always got that attack mindedness which makes him such a great player, and they try to do a switch or something, and I don't think Greg was I don't think anybody's on the same speed as Campo is, and that's one of his attributes. But fortunately for us, the ball went to ground and good old Yain managed to sneak in and score the try, and we just managed to get a bit of a way and hung on to win the game.
And it could be well a try to Underwood. He's held up. Amazing scenes here in the closing stages. That's it. The Lions have won the series by 19 points to 18. Unbridled joy for them. Mike Teague gets the match ball, fittingly too, and so too Finlay Calder.
My main recollection was just, after the game and just, elation. I've still got images of my pictures of bunches of us with Union Jacks and flags and in arm, just waved to the crowd and everything. First Lions tour, and I get a series victory. It was an outstanding way to finish that tour. From the Lions concept, we've been on one tour, so you feel a bit more confident. There was a large England contingent, so you felt relatively at home because there's lots of England boys on there. And we felt good, albeit the real challenge is that, a lot of us had not played against New Zealand much. So there's an element of going into the unknown, and, very, very early on, whichever team you played, you're playing against, a well-drilled and committed team, It was tough. We had a lot of tough matches, whichever team you played. We lost the first test to, depends which side of the fence you are, a controversial penalty in the last minute of the game. Fair play to Grant Fox, the pressure of the game. He knocked it over from the halfway line. But, was that penalty a penalty? Who knows? But that's the game. But, some great character for us to come back to win the second, and I scored a try, and that's my only sort of test Lions try down at Wellington, the old stadium there. One of my highlights, definitely, winning that game. Really convincing win, 21-9, I think it was. And then just a shame that sort of the wheels came off in the last test, and there was a game too far or whatever. but unfortunately, yes, didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. The whole experience, the people I've met, the players, the coaching staff, the countries you've visited, you know, it's one of the things. It's great when you go and visit a country as England or Ireland, Wales, Scotland, but there's no doubt when you go and visit the Lions, it's a massive step up for the country, and it never hit home for me. It's strange because we think of a Lions tour every 3 years and then latterly every 4 years, but of course for South Africa, Australia and New Zealand, a Lions tour is every 12 years. And so when the Lions go, it's massive, fantastic accolade, and you know, it's one of the proudest moments of my life, being picked on Lions tour and never mind playing Lions Test.